Okay, everyone, it's your first craft show and you're scared to death. Do I have enough product and do I have the right setup? Is anybody going to buy from me? Are these all the questions that you often hear in your head? I know I did. I know my students have. I'm going to walk you through top 5 recommendations on your first arts and crafts show. Now, I have been doing shows for years and years. I am the featured artist at the Portland International Jetport here in Maine. So before I moved up here to the lake house, I would do my art shows twice a week over there. And I've learned a number of things along the way, the do's and don'ts, and I want to share them with you today. So stick around and I'll show you the details. Hi, I'm Kellie Chasse. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I have new videos every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you click that subscribe button, click the little bell, and you'll never miss one. I also have full monthly online classes and tutorials on my website at www.kellychassefineart.com. And I do have over 10,000 students and over 15 years of experience teaching art classes. So if you have a chance, head over to my website and check them out. Hey everyone, it's Kellie here, your online art instructor. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. You are in the right place if you love crafts, art, or anything to do with painting, watercolor, alcohol, ink, resin, any of those, as well as jewelry making. So in today's video, I'll share with you top 5 recommendations for having your first arts and crafts show. So the first thing is you want to make sure that you have enough product, number one. And what I've done is I have my prints, I have my cards, and I have some originals and necklaces. So I try to keep it very basic and I try to create my things all at once for one section. So for example, if I'm getting my prints ready, I have my 5x7 prints, my 8x10 prints. And sometimes I have my larger ones, which I don't bring a whole lot to the craft shows, only because they're big and bulky and people don't want to carry them. So smaller is better, I found, at least for my type of art. Planning it, I will do all of my jewelry in one sitting. So I will do my lighthouses on one day, I'll create those. I'll do my abstracts one day and create those. I'll do my love trees, create those, all in separate days. So I can usually do about at least 24 to 48 pieces in that day that are very similar. I have stock, I have backup that way, and sell one, I can pop another one forward, and it's like I don't miss a trick that way. And as you get better at this, you'll learn what are your top sellers and what are not your top sellers, and always be testing those things because different times of the year things change. So for example, in the summertime, we have a lot of Maine people that come to the airport for the art shows. So I know that folks want a lot of Maine scenes. They want lighthouses, they want boats, they want anything to do with Maine because they're visiting, they're vacationing, and they want a little piece of that memory to take home with them. But in the winters, when I do any craft shows for my local folks, they want something a little bit different. They live here in Maine all the time, so for them, they want something a little bit different, like my alcohol ink. So they love the alcohol ink jewelry pieces. That's a big seller in the Christmas time season and fall season. My love trees again for prints, those sell better than my main puffins in the winter time. So know your market, plan ahead with your items. So the next thing is planning early. Plan your setup. Play with it at home, set it up on the table. I'm going to tell you less is more. It's really the less things you have to set up, the heavier it is, the more bulkier it is. If you've got tents and all of these tables and table covers and flowers and I've seen some big productions, which is fine. But if you're just starting out, less is more. So make sure you have your product, make sure you have it priced, make sure you have it sitting out and presented well and not overwhelming your customers when they're coming up. If there's too much and it's just too much on your table, it could be overwhelming for them. Another thing is pricing. Keep your prices very simple. If you have everything priced very similar, like my big price point is $24.95, I might make it $25 so that people can do cash. It's quick and easy. You can figure in your tax and everything right into that. So you're not giving out lots of change. You don't have to have all of this extra for your sales tax and things like that. So if you can get your price point either at a $20 price point, $25 price point, you can make it easier for people to just pop in and pop out with the items. Again, it depends on what you're selling. If you've got some really expensive items, it's going to be a little bit different than selling some of the smaller necklace pieces or some prints. So depending on what your item is, your price point for your item will definitely be different. But again, it just makes it easier if you have some smaller items and maybe some larger item values. So it gives people an option if they don't want that original watercolor. They have some prints that they can buy for $25. Pricing your items simply is a big bonus, I found. And the other thing is you can put a sign on your table. You could everything on this table $25, or everything on this table $20, or everything in this box. Again, keeping it simple is better. And lastly is close your sale. Especially with large craft shows, you have people that are walking around, they have plans to come back. You might be the third or fourth table in, but by the time they've gone through the entire craft show or the craft area, they forgot where you are, bought something else. If they really love it, close the sale. That's the big key. The other thing is to talk to your people when they come in. I see so many craft folks that will sit behind their table, either continue working on whatever it is that they're selling, just let people browse, but you at least should come in when they come in, recognize them, say hello, give them a little bit about what you're doing, what you have. So like I'll shake their hands, say, "Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm the artist. This is my work." And I'll tell them a little bit about how I make some of my resin pieces or my alcohol ink pieces. I'll let them know I have original paintings here and I have prints on this side. And I try to separate my table out so all my prints are on one side, again, keeping that price point together, and my originals on another table. So if you're interested in starting some crafty items, I have a bunch of online classes that might interest you if you want to start maybe your first craft show this year. So I also have some jewelry courses, alcohol ink pendants, some resin pendants class. I have some skinny molds class, and I also have some resin coasters. Those are a big hit, especially for the holiday season. Then of course I have some watercolor classes, some alcohol ink classes if you want to learn how to paint, and then you can take your skills from there, maybe create some small paintings to sell. So go ahead and check those out. I would love to help you out, start your own little business. You could sell them on Etsy, sell them at the craft shows. Hopefully this helped you out. So if you like the video, please make sure to click the like and share button. And if you set up your craft show or you set up your table at home and you want to take a photograph of it and you're putting it up on Instagram, letting people know, feel free to tag me. I'd love to see. I can give you some feedback from what I think and from my experience. So thanks so much for being here. Again, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how your craft shows have gone if you've done them in the past. I'd love to hear it. And if you can help others out, maybe some of your top tips, they would love to hear that as well. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys real soon. Bye-bye. So number one is, what is number one? I should have written this down first. Crafty. Nope. So glad you found me. This is the place to be. It is? Nope. I would be horrible as, I would be awful as an actress because I just can't do it. Hi everyone, it's Kelly here, your online art instructor and crafty person. I love to try new things, and if you are an artist, a content creator, my kid's downstairs cutting up apples, can you hear them?